top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Another Friday live stream. Yo, I don't know about y'all, but this is a very sleepy Friday. I'm having a very sleepy Friday. But I'm always gonna come through with the live stream. Well, not always, but this time I came through with the live stream. How y'all doing today? I just got off work and I just had a long day, went to the dealership. Something was wrong with the AC in my car, with the air conditioning system. No one can figure it out. I done took it to like 3-4 different mechanics over the past 5-6 months. Nobody can figure it out. It's summer in Southern California, which means it's like 100 degrees. I came back from vacation like 2 weeks ago from Palm Springs. It was like 115, 120. You gotta have AC. So I've been dealing with that all day today, really past 4 months, but especially today. So I'm carless right now. I'm carless until my car situation gets figured out. I can see already in the chat, the title of the live stream got some of y'all. What up, Aaron, in the chat? Some of y'all in the live stream. Y'all are, I know y'all gonna defend Kanye. Y'all know my point is just nuance. I'm not just saying Kanye's, oh, he's terrible, he's this and he's that. You know that's never my point. You already know I'm gonna have some nuance to it. Let me check my volume, hold on. Okay, we good. Y'all know I'm gonna have some nuance with it. But before I get into that, first, let me point out the new stuff on the channel as I always do. Boom, share our screen. Couple new videos. We got the Drake sneak diss and J. Cole. I told y'all this will happen. Man, I love this video because I told niggas. We got the Ruby Rose looks average video, which is like, come on, man. We got the Drake versus A$AP Rocky beef over Rihanna. And I think that's it since last week. But one thing I did want to go into today before I get to the main topic is I saw this tweet by Nadeska. You guys remember, let me see, Nadeska. Everyday struggle. Imperial said my AC's messed up too in my car. It comes out, but it comes out just frost. Hey, at least yours comes out. Like mine, I don't know. Nobody knows what's wrong with it. And I've taken it to 2 different dealers. Nobody knows what's wrong with it. The last dude that looked at it, that looked at the car, he had my car for like 3 days. He didn't know. He just didn't know. He was stumped. So anyways, Nadeska, you guys remember Nadeska from Everyday Struggle? I saw this tweet by her. Let me see if I saved it. If I didn't save it, I can just go to her page. Nadeska, I think it's Nadeska or Nadeska Alexis. Here we go. So y'all remember Nadeska, just a journalist, Apple Music. Today she said, everyday struggle taught me that all the drama and negativity that comes with competing in rap media isn't for me. I'm cool on the lists. Y'all can have it. I barely even force myself onto social media. Shout out to Antoine in the chat. Let me just run my slow and steady marathon in peace. And for some reason, I read this. It got me thinking about journalists, which Nadeska is a journalist. I think she's a journalist by trade. When I say, because a lot of times people call themselves journalists, or they just use that word loosely. I think she's a journalist by trade. I don't know her exact educational background, but I know she's worked as an actual journalist before. And it got me thinking, journalists versus YouTubers. Journalists versus YouTubers. What am I? I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a journalist, right? And it got me thinking, like for instance, here's someone else that you guys know who is a journalist. Company man. Fan of the channel. And I'm a fan of his. Been a fan of his. Not now this is different company man, but I also liked his channel too. He goes like into business and stuff. Justin Hunt. I think that's it. Yeah, the company man. Journalist. Even you watch his videos, it's very journalistic. It's very structured. Why? He worked as a journalist. He has journalist background. He's a journalist by trade. Me, I'm not a journalist, right? So it got me thinking, I'm a YouTuber. I'm just a nigga talking saying my opinion. So it got me thinking, what is like the difference between a journalist and a YouTuber? Well, I think journalists, and again, these are things that I don't necessarily have. They follow something called like journalistic integrity, right? Ethics, fairness, accuracy, objectivity, truthfulness. As a journalist, the last thing you want to do is lie or mislead about something. As a journalist, if you make a mistake, like even when we used to read the XXL and the source back in the day, if journalists would get something wrong, like a lyric wrong or something, or they had a source wrong, the next edition of the magazine, there's like a whole section where they're correcting all their mistakes. There's like this thing about accuracy and doing the research, and there's also like an integrity piece to it. And I remember seeing a chart, and I wish I could still, here it is. This isn't the chart I was thinking of, but this is very close to it. If I can find the chart. Let me go back to the other one. I like the other one better. Recognize your biases. I don't know how well you guys can see that because like my little circle where my face is right here. Recognize your biases, be objective, avoid sensationalism, use credible sources, fact checking, avoid loaded language. Now I can tell you off the bat, I do not avoid loaded language. Let me see if I can pull up if I can pull this up in a better way. That way everyone can see it. I can tell you off top, I don't avoid sensationalism. As YouTubers, like sensationalism is a part of what we do. Even the title to this live stream, Kanye West fell off. I'm not about to come here and tell y'all. I'm not about to tell y'all how Kanye West is a bitch and this and that and this and that. That's not what this is about to be. Sensationalism, you get me? I wonder if I can pull this. There we go, here, and then enlarge it and then move it to the left. Boom, okay. I'm IT right now. So number 3, I don't avoid sensationalism. Number 6, I don't avoid loaded language. Before I start talking about this, let me make sure I know what I'm saying when I say loaded language. I should just ask ChatGPT because they know everything. Rhetoric used to influence an audience. Yeah. So they're like loaded questions, loaded language. Yeah, I don't avoid that either. Fact checking, I think I try to fact check as much as I can, but I'm not, like if I'm wrong about something, I'll just come out and be like, or I'll say, I have, like when I said, I think Absol wrote some of 616 in LA by Kendrick. A journalist would never say that unless they had the source. I'm saying it because I'm just going off feeling. Like I know how Kendrick raps, I know how Absol raps. And I said this, I have no evidence to support my claim. A journalist will never say this. Be objective. I'm not always objective. Like when I talk about Lil Yachty or 21 Savage or Tierra Whack, them niggas is not good at rapping to me. Now if they spit a verse I like, I'm gonna be objective, but I'm not going into their music as objective as I could be, let's say. I would say I recognize my biases, but I say all this to say, this little tweet right here by Nadeska, before we get into the Kanye West topic, let me close this guy. It got me thinking like YouTuber versus journalists versus YouTubers. Journalists are like extremely well researched, like kind of like the way What's the Dirt does his breakdowns. What's the Dirt does so much research. Like he's working on a video for weeks and months. I've never worked on a video for weeks and months, bro. Like I've never done that. Or like also journalists, they are also much more aware of the networks in which they exist. So let me not say too much harsh about this person because I don't want to ruin this relationship over here, or they're really tapped in either through who they are and who they know or who their people in their company are friends with. Let me not say nothing harsh about this person because our company has good relationships with them. I'm also not like that. If even an artist that I enjoy drops something that I don't think is good, I'm gonna say it. When Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers came out, what did I say? I said, this is Kendrick's worst album. I said, it's not a bad album, but it's his worst. A journalist might not word it that way. They might have a similar sentiment, but they're much more tactful is the word I'm looking for here. So it got me thinking. So to me, it makes sense that Nadeska is not for all the drama and negativity because she's a journalist. Like like journalists, when I think journalists, I think always back to like when we were in the war in Iraq, and then there would be people who have to question the president about, you know, certain war tactics we were doing. And whether they were Democrat, Republican, they're asking him questions based on the humanity of the situation, if that makes sense. And Nadeska has that. And that's why I responded to this. I said, yeah, she's a true, what did I say? I said a journalist in the truest sense. Yeah, you're not for that drama, that negativity. Me, I welcome it. But Nadeska's not like that, you know? So it just got me thinking journalists versus YouTubers. A journalist could, I wouldn't say it easily. A journalist could become a YouTuber in a few steps, but a YouTuber cannot just become a journalist. Again, especially for these journalists like Nadeska, Justin Hunt, others who are journalists by trade. So that just had me thinking about that. But that's all on that topic. What I want to get to is the Kanye West now fell off. Ab didn't write that. Yeah, I know. I just need the proof. I just need the proof. The circadian rhythms, pictures of Raphael. To me, that's absolute. No Name said all the Yo, what the hell? No Name, what word is that? All the Yo, we gotta look this word up. This is crazy. What word is this? Hold on. Circumlocution. The use of many words to express an idea that could be expressed in a few. Okay, I like this. Cause I never knew there was a word for this. How do you sound this out?
Circumlocution.
Circumlocution. All the circumlocution to come to the conclusion that YouTubers are essentially instigators. We are. There are YouTubers who have more of a journalistic vibe. Like I mentioned, What's the Dirt, and I mentioned these other guys like Trap Lord Ross. He does so much research, and to me, that journalist research. And I have some training in research. Like obviously, I have a degree in political science, quantitative research methodology, but I don't use this for my YouTube. I'm on here saying my opinions. Dirty Boa said, "You got that fresh cut, or I'm tripping." I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, let's get to the thingy. Kanye West fell off. Now I saw some of the comments earlier. Let me read some of those. Zero said, not going for this. Kanye was literally the most relevant person last year. Literally more relevant than the president. If not speaking on his antics, quotes, music, or disses and running for president. People had nothing else to talk about. I would agree with that. Kanye West was, especially for whether good or bad, especially for his comments on Jewish people, Kanye West was one of the most popular, probably top 10, top 20 most searched people on the internet. That's facts. I mean, I can't deny that. What else they say? I thought I saw something. Oh yeah, No Name. At this point, few people are surprised by the crazy stuff Ye does these days, right? And I even think this nitrous oxide thing. Anything Kanye does, I think it's a rollout. So I know that Kanye knows that negativity sells, and I know that Kanye West knows that by putting himself out here like this on nitrous oxide, it's a bunch of free press that he can use to help roll out a project. Like Kanye West has been doing this, even with the Make America Great Again hat back in 2018, which rolled into an album. Kanye West knows how to use people Kanye West knows how to garner attention, let's say. So I don't know if this is fake or true. I mean, I would not doubt that Kanye West. Let me not say that. See, now I'm trying to be on my journalistic. I'm trying to be on my tactful shit. I'm gonna just say it though, because I don't know how to clean this statement up. I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye West had a drug issue, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye West actually had mental health issues, because he's rapped about it and it seems real, and a lot of other celebrities have those issues. But I think some of this is obviously for rollout purposes. And I said years ago we should watch out for Kanye West. Like, no, I'm not going to say that part. Let me not say that part. But when I say Kanye West fell off, because like, how do I start this? When I say Kanye West fell off, I mean musically. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I literally just bought my first pair of Yeezy foams the other day. They ain't even came yet. Y'all seen that Yeezy sale that Adidas just had? You get some foams for $68. I definitely bought the foams. And I definitely bought the faux 50s. Boom, right here. I definitely bought the faux 50s. For $210, I think they kind of look like socks. Wasn't really feeling them, but I'm like, for $63 off of $210. And this is the real price. They didn't just mark it up to $210 to make it look like a sale. For $63, I'll see how they feel. And I just bought these. So I'm not saying like Kanye West, like nobody cares what he's saying. I'm saying musically. So I'm gonna ask y'all in the chat, what do y'all think was Kanye West's last good album? No, his last great album. I ask it again. What do y'all think was Kanye West's last great album? Imperial said you bought them ugly dinosaur bone shoes. Which one? You talking about the foams or the 450s? I bought both of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kanye West's last great album. What do y'all think it was? And I'm gonna let you know what I think it was. For those who don't have an answer, what was the last Kanye West album you listened to? Imperial said you're going to Jurassic Park. Huh? Sound Mind said My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I mean, facts. I would agree with that. And that was damn near 15 years ago. Post Like Hakeem said My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy 15 years ago. The Ground Under asks if they comfortable. I haven't got them yet. One of them comes tomorrow, though. The foams come tomorrow, then the 450s come like on Monday or something. Watch the Throne. Okay, so y'all naming some, oh shit, but I agree with y'all. Watch the Throne is like, what, 13 years old. The Ground Under said Donda was good. That came out officially? Did that actually? Okay, it did come out. I remember when he did like the live concert for this. Vegas Dev said Dark Twisted Fantasy his last great album. All right. Kids See Ghosts was a great album. Donda had great music that could have formed into a great album with better sequencing and cutting the fat out. Yeah, so that means Donda wasn't a great album. So a lot of the people in the chat, y'all are saying like Kanye West's last great album, great album was 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago. So this just leans to my point. So Kanye defenders, we need y'all in the chat. I notice a lot of people, Kanye West is still very popular in the mainstream, but I notice a lot of people aren't really checking for his music. Look at Donda, 37,000 units. No, it went platinum. What is this? Great album would have to be My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Good would be Yeezus or T-Lop. Yeah, Yeezus, over 10 years old. T-Lop. So here's what I think, right? I think Kanye West's, let me start it by saying this. The last Kanye West project that I checked for, the last one I checked for was here. Jesus is King. By check for, I mean that's the last album that I listened to all the way through. I think I reacted to that on my channel. It's either on my channel, my reaction, or it got like copyright takedown. Like everything else I do, that's Kanye. I'll say it again, the last Kanye project that I checked for, that I listened to at least one time all the way through, was Jesus is King. And this was like the Kanye West, what was that era where he had the choir out in the field and they were doing those songs? I forget what soul sessions or something. That was during that era. I could be wrong, but I doubt he's in the headspace mentally to be able to produce another album. You can argue any Kanye album for 03 to 2018 is a 10 out of 10. So I wouldn't even go to 2018 because I don't think, so let me say my thing. Last Kanye album I checked for, Jesus is King, it's 5 years ago. Here's where I think the fall off happened. The fall off happened right here. And I know people love this album. I know people love this. Yeah, Sunday Service, that's what it's called. I know people love this album by Kanye. But this is where the fall off happened. This is like, you know how I did that video, Drake fell off? And then I was like, I think the fall off happened at More Life. But then everybody in the comments was like, nah, it was Views. That's where shit started going downhill. This is like Views for Kanye. Is it a bad album? No. Is Views a bad album by Drake? No. But this is where you can hear everything kind of like structurally falling apart, like Drake on Views. That's when after Views, everything else is significantly worse than everything that came before it. Same with Life of Pablo. Ye, Donda, the stuff with Ty Dolla $ign, Vultures, all of that is significantly worse than what came before it. Dark Fantasy, 808s, even Yeezus, Graduation. Now, like you guys, I like Kids See Ghosts, but this is just it's 7 songs, it's incomplete. It's not like an album, like how Kanye makes albums. It's not a complete thought, is what I'm saying. Kids See Ghosts. It's not a complete thought. And there are times on this album where I skip the end of Feel the Love. I'm pretty sure it's Feel the Love, the end, where Kanye is just like, da, 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 da. He's just making all these sound effects. It's like, who's really gonna listen to this? You know, it's your 100th time listen to this song, and you gonna listen to Kanye West just do a bunch of onomatopoeia. That is where all this lazy shit with Kanye started, is on this album. Not this album. This album. But this era. So I was on social media. Again, I don't check for Kanye music anymore because I just know it's not going to be good. He's going to have a good song here and there, but I don't check for it. Like when Kanye did the Like That remix, yo, Dad, I got you. I knew this shit was going to be whack. Like, I knew it was going to be terrible, and it was terrible. This is where it all started, bruh. And y'all love this album. I don't think it's a bad album, but this is the seeds of all the BS. There was a verse that leaked on social media where Kanye West is kind of just like, he's spitting a verse, but he's not saying any words. He's just saying like sounds, like how he's saying like the skeletons of a verse. Like he's spitting the flow, but there's no words. Like he was supposed to come back later and change the sounds to words and find words that fit, and he didn't. And that type of laziness started around this era, Kids See Ghosts. And when I hear a song like Feel the Love, I know y'all love these songs. But if I can find a dang track list, here we go. I know y'all love these songs, but this is where it started. These incomplete thoughts. This album, which has some great songs, Reborn. Reborn is like a top 10 Kanye West verse ever. You got some really good songs on here, but it's incomplete. It's just a bunch of thrown together stuff. It's like Kanye and Cudi were working on the album. They didn't finish it, so they just scrapped a bunch of songs and kept the few that were somewhat complete and then just released them. Mixed them, mastered them, released them. This is where the lazy shit started from Kanye. And then now people accept this and they come out with Life of Pablo, the I Love Kanye, this model bleached her butthole and all this. And again, No More Parties in LA, which of course has Kendrick Lamar as a writer. Mad Lib on the beat. Great song. Real Friends, great song. Many great songs. But Ultralight Beam, great songs. Famous, great song. But this is the album that stands out. I'm talking about T-Lop still, Life of Pablo. Where it's Kanye West's views. It was extremely hyped, and then after it, you can kind of mark where the fall off happened. No album after The Life of Pablo by Kanye has been as good as what came before. Even Yeezus, which when Yeezus came out, it was mixed. Like some people were like, when Yeezus came out, it was mixed. You listen to Kanye's most recent albums, nowadays, and then you go and listen to Yeezus. Yeezus sounds amazing. It's like, why did people not like this? Right? Black skinhead, on site, hold my liquor, new slaves, blood on the leaves, bound to. If you're like, let's say you're young, you're one of these people born in 2010, which is crazy to be born in 2010, but you're like 15, right? You're 15, 16, you were born in 2010. So you didn't really see any of the previous Kanye. Like, all you know is Kanye on Yeezus, right? That's like what was out when you were born. If you listen to Kanye nowadays, you only know new Kanye. You're 14, 15, and you go and you can, you heard Donda, you heard Vultures 2, 3, and then there's a Donda 2, isn't there? Yeah, Donda 2. And then you go back and listen to Yeezus, and you hear people say that, Yeezus was mixed reviews. You would be like, why? You'll be like, why didn't people like this album, not knowing anything else about Kanye? Yeezus today, I say all that to say that Yeezus today, when you compare it to Kanye's recent releases, it sounds so much more coherent. It sounds complete. It's a complete, I said Kids See Ghosts, although it has some of Kanye's best verses, it's an incomplete thought. Great artwork too. Did Murakami do this? Who did this artwork? Is it Murakami? Yeah, Takashi Murakami. Incomplete thought though. Yeezus is a complete thought. But the reason why it was so mixed when it came out is because it had to follow up My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which many will call the greatest hip hop album of all time. So I say that to say everything before The Life of Pablo is way stronger than everything that came after it. And it's not even close. Ye album is not on the level of anything before Life of Pablo. 808s and Heartbreaks, not on the level. And I'm going to get to the chat too. I'm just going to get my shit off. Late Registration, you can't even, these are like the untouchable albums by Kanye. People don't even mention these because they know nothing can touch these. These are complete thoughts, like I say, complete thoughts. Graduation being, I think, the weakest of the three, but probably my favorite because I've listened to it the most. Complete thoughts. You can't even compare it. You can't compare it. People like, you should just forget these exist. You can't compare it to anything he does nowadays. Cruel Summer even, that was a good era. That came out 2012? That's crazy. 2012, Cruel Summer? Let me see. New Godflow? That's crazy because some of these songs came out during the Good Friday era, which is 2010. Good Friday was the rollout to Dark Fantasy. So it's crazy that there's like 2 years between these albums, Dark Fantasy and Cruel Summer. So that's how I feel. But in terms of relevancy, yes, Kanye West he can hop on Twitter, he can release news about himself and get the entire media talking about him. He's still extremely relevant. I'm not sure what he's done in terms of fashion. Like I say, I just bought my first pair of Yeezys this past week. I don't really keep up with that type of stuff. I only bought them because they were $60 on sale. And I'm like, fuck it, like, why not? So I'm actually not sure what he's doing in fashion right now. All I'm talking is musically. Kanye West has fallen off. You listen to his Like That remix verse, nobody liked that verse. Nobody liked Kanye West on Like That. It was a joke, almost. Really, people treat it like a joke. And then we hear these leaks. Or what Kanye album just came out? This is how little I check for his music. Like, my brain has tuned me to not even listen to his new music. Check for I've already been conditioned that it's not going to be good. Okay, Vultures 2, that's what came out. Now we get to the chat. Mikhail said, Ye and Kids See Ghosts are incredible records. What do you mean by incredible? For me, Ye is not that great of a record. And it's like, what's our baseline? What are we comparing it to? Usually when I'm looking at an artist's discography, crazy. Pause. Okay. Rewind. Usually when I'm looking at an artist's discography, I can't help but compare what he's done to the previous thing that he's done before that. So 808s, you compare it to Graduation. Dark Fantasy, you compare it to 808s. Yeezus, Dark Fantasy, etc., etc. So what do you mean by incredible? Ye, to me, is not an incredible record. I think it has some good records, and I think Kids See Ghosts has some incredible records like Reborn. But I don't think they're. I think College Dropout and Late Registration and Dark Fantasy and 808s and Heartbreaks are incredible records. I'm always support Ye. He's a victim of the elite. Kanye West is the elite. Kanye West is the elite. Kids See Ghosts is a great album. Donda had great music that could have formed into a great album with better sequencing and cutting the fat out. So Young Whirlin', although I agree with you, listen to how much you had to say. Donda had great music, could have formed into a great album with better sequencing and cutting the fat out. So basically, if somebody released like a 20-song album and they ask you, how do you like my album? Well, 20 songs, if you cut like 12 of the songs out and then you move them around, it means your album's not good. You gotta cut the fat out. It's part of my point. I like Donda, but it wasn't that great. These albums are just like almost a representation of what's going on in Kanye's mind. I think Kanye's mind is very like, the best word I can come up with is sporadic. It's like just shit just everywhere. And that's how his album feels. There's no like cohesion. There's no anything. They're just songs. And then within the songs, it's just random shit happening. Kanye West making sound effects. Kanye West mumbling along or, random shit, random beat changes, random shit. It's like there's no like thought to any of it. It feels like. So for a guy like me, I hear enough albums like that from an artist. There's no reason for me to listen, bro. 2012 was the last time he had a good project. I think Kanye's last good project, I'll give it a Life of Pablo or Ye. Let me look at this Ye track list again, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I'm good on those. I'm gonna give it Life of Pablo or Kids See Ghosts. I know people love Kids See Ghosts, but it's incomplete, bro. This is an incomplete album and some parts of the songs sound incomplete. So I'm only gonna go so far. I think Kids See Ghosts had great potential, and it has great moments. But I can't look at Kids See Ghosts and be like, yo, this is a great album. Because it's not. It's barely an album. It's 7 songs. It's more like an EP. And it's incomplete. I like Vultures 1 and 2. No substance, but it's more artistic than other rap with no substance. No substance, but it's more artistic. So definitely, bro, how do you feel Vultures 1 and 2 is artistic? What's artistic about it to you? Genuinely asking. I'm not asking like being a dick. His mental health started messing up with Life of Pablo. Mellow, okay. So for me, that's where maybe you're right. Maybe it messed up before, maybe it messed up after. But Mellow, I'm more inclined to agree with you because that's where I hear the huge drop off in quality. It started at Life of Pablo. I thought I was the only one who didn't love Life of Pablo. Things started getting a little weird at Life of Pablo. Come on. Facts. Things started getting weird at Life of Pablo. Still was a decent album. Agreed. I agree 100%. Young Roland said, Life of Pablo is definitely where the fall off started. It's the first album Ye officially put out that wasn't finished. Facts. He started his live updating albums with T-Lop, No More Perfectionist Ye. And yeah, I think the perfectionism was a part of Ye's. That was like a selling point for Kanye. Everything sounds so polished. Everything sounds great. Everything he puts out is great. Now it's not that. Kanye West doing live updates with albums like fucking video game DLC. This is crazy. He had to go back and add finished verses for T-Lop. I wouldn't have known. When I first heard T-Lop, I listened to like the first 5 songs and cut it off. I was with a friend at the time. That's when I was living in Boston. She came over. She was so hyped for the Kanye. She was like, it came out, it dropped. Or it might have leaked first, or one of those. We played it. Oh, man. She was just so disappointed. She's like, turn this off. Turn this off. I ended up listening more times. There are good songs on T-Lop. But just at the time, again, you got to remember, this is a Kanye who releases complete finished albums that are good products. And this is the first time he did not do that. Plus, he has some weird shit going on in some of the songs. People love the final version of T-Lop. The original version that dropped was unfinished and originally a letdown. Maybe I need to listen to the final version. I'm pretty sure I've heard it, but it depends. Like, when was his last update? It's like a DLC, man, video games. I believe Ye is more a complete project than 808. You think Ye's more complete than 808s and Heartbreaks? In what way? No part of 808s and Heartbreaks sounds incomplete to me. And then Ye is only, what, 7 songs? I don't know. Explain yourself. Kanye's so arrogant and rich now. He don't know he trash. I think the reaction that he got to his Like That remix verse, I think he knows that people are like, looking at him a little weird. Because otherwise he would have kept going. Yeah, Echo, yeah, yo, I got you. Yeah, y'all got me on the pause. Let me see where I'm at in the chat. I think Yeezus was hated because at the time people wanted another dark fantasy. I love Yeezus out the gate myself. And again, I liked Yeezus a lot too. When I first heard it, I thought it was fine. But I understood, there were some things I didn't like, and I understood the critiques. But now you listen to Yeezus after hearing like Donda 2 and Vultures 2 and Vultures 1 and Yeezus sounds like Illmatic, bro. When you compare it to the other ones. Scattered mind and erratic thoughts. Sad to see him go out like that. That's facts. Oh, where am I?
Facts.
There you go. I gave Kanye grace until Donda. Then after that, it was downhill fast. Yeah, by the time Donda came out, I listened to was Donda the album that Kanye did like a live concert for with like The Game and all that? I watched the live stream, but as far as listening, I'm not listening to this dude's music, man. He's not like, Kanye West is not putting effort into the music like that. So why would I'm not going to listen to it, man. The songs that become popular, I'll give those a try, but I'm not even checking for it. I'm not even skimming through his albums anymore. And this is a hip hop legend. This is crazy. This is the same Kanye on My Dark Twisted Fantasy. He had 7, 8 different vocalists come in for all of the lights and spent days layering the vocals and trying to find where to put this and that and, really being meticulous over every single, that's why people love dark fantasy. It is like the most well put together, polished album. Kanye West don't make music like that anymore. I'm not saying he doesn't make music like dark fantasy anymore. I'm talking about the creative process. The process is not like that anymore. And again, I don't know these guys. Maybe it is. But to my ear, you don't hear that type of polish. I like the new album a lot. I'm not going to hold you. I didn't listen to it, Elijah Earl. I didn't listen to it. And I probably won't. If I get bleach on my t-shirt, whack. Facts. Talk that talk, Frankie. Ye's discography seems to follow his steady mental decline over the years. Started with clear concepts and has devolved into incoherent, disjointed projects like Vultures 2. Vegas is spitting right now. It's sad because the dude is brilliant and I loved his music going way back to his mixtape days. That's facts. I'm abusing the facts button. This is a hip-hop legend. Regardless of how I feel, Kanye West is a hip-hop legend. He's going to go down, not in terms of lyricists or rappers, but as just hip-hop artists. Kanye West is probably going to go down number 1. I'm not talking about lyricists or rappers because we know Kanye doesn't write a lot of his stuff. Hip-hop artists, all things considered. Kanye West, I don't even know what I'm saying, probably. Kanye West is going to go down number 1 hip-hop artist of all time. Production, rap songs, hits, fashion, Kanye West is going to go down number 1. Longevity, Kanye West is 20 years in this. But all I'm saying is his music fell off. But I know a lot of people still enjoy it. You know, people still check for it. I just don't. See, I just can't see myself checking after being disappointed. See, it doesn't take much to disappoint me musically. Like once an artist releases like 2 duds in a row and it's clear that's the direction they're going in, I can pretty much check out at that point. That's usually when I check out. The first dud, okay, cool. I give you another chance. But if what I'm hearing after the fact is still like a little weird, I'm cool. Like A Boogie, I really enjoy A Boogie's albums. Then he did the international artist joint. Let me see. Let's go A Boogie, international artist. Yeah, this one. So A Boogie had an artist. He had a not an artist. He had an album that I really liked called, was it The Bigger Artist? What is A Boogie's first album called? Let me see. It's the one with what the fuck I'm supposed to say? Police pull me over. They ain't got nothing to say. I told them I got this because I'm rich. It's the one with that one. I thought it was called The Bigger Artist. Yeah, this one. I'll fuck with this album heavy. September 2017. Then he came with this. International artist. A Boogie. Then he came with this. When did this come out? June 2018. So like what? Less than a year later. And bro, I stopped checking for him after this. And I really never, because his music kept going in that direction and I'm cool. But let's say someone like Lupe Fiasco, who we also have talked about recently. Lupe Fiasco dropped this joint, Lasers, which is a far departure from what he usually does. He dropped Lasers, but then he dropped Friend of the People right after. Lasers, not so good. Friend of the People, great mixtape. So I'm still fucking with him, you know what I mean? But like 2 duds in a row, sometimes one. If you do a dud though, you gotta show me that you gonna get back on the right track, man. Or else I'm like, cool, like that's the direction you going in? Cool. Imperial said, who is A Boogie? Come on, man. You for real don't know A Boogie? High Bridge, The Bronx, Don Q, all that? He does this every rollout. Facts. Peace Earth. Facts. Yeah. This is a rollout for Kanye. It's a way to get in the news cycle without paying for anything. He doesn't even try to rap anymore. Need to hit up Rhyme Fest and get some damn lyrics. Yeah, Kanye West is always the best with Rhyme Fest. Bars. I'll just spit bars. Kanye West always the best with Rhyme Fest. That's bars. I do believe that Rhyme Fest wrote Gorgeous on Dark Fantasy. That's like Rhyme Fest's pen. That's his style. Is hip hop just a euphemism for a new religion? Soul music of the slave that the youth is missing. But this is more than just my road to attention. This is more than just my road to a redemption. Malcolm West had the whole nation standing at attention. Long as I'm in polo smiling, they think they got me. They'll try to crap me if they ever see a black me. I thought I chose a field where they couldn't zap me. If a nigga ain't shooting a jump shot or running a track meet. Come on, that's Rhyme Fest. Kanye West never rapped like that in his life. That's Rhyme Fest. And I was watching an interview months ago where Rhyme Fest said Dark Fantasy is the last Kanye West album that he worked on. But it just seems that there are people that Kanye West falls out with, then falls back in, then falls out, falls back in. None of this new shit has Rhyme Fest's pin on it, or else it will be way better. Rhyme Fest is one of the greats. What about that song Clown and Drizzy? Well, which one you talking about, Peace Earth? Kanye didn't do justice to Nas with the beats. Oh yeah, that Nasir album? Trash. Trash. The cop shot the kid. Cop shot the kid. Yo, that's the laziest beat. And how you gonna do Slick Rick like that? All he did was loop the vocals. That's a horrible beat. Yeah, definitely sound like Raw Fest. Yeah, Gorgeous was fire. Yeah, then you got the Raekwon verse at the end. Amazing. So there's actually one more thing I wanted to get to. Y'all can continue to leave your Kanye West comments before, yeah, right here. It's academics talking about music streaming declining. And I actually haven't watched this video yet. It's only 14 minutes. But academics break down UMG admitting that streaming hasn't grown in years. For the one time, listen to at least one song on the album. It's not really trash. All right, Elijah Earl, I hear you. So you saying listen to what? Donda or Donda 2? Or are you talking about the Vultures? I'll skim it. Whatever album is, I'm only doing one Kanye album. New one. So Elijah Earl, you saying I'll skim one of these Kanye albums. Which one? Is it Vultures 2? Is it Donda? Is it Donda 2? You let me know. Yeah, y'all can continue to leave your Kanye comments. But I want to get into this. I just thought this is really interesting. Streaming hasn't grown in years. And streaming has been around for pretty much maybe 13, 14 years. At this point, maybe for the masses, like everyone doing it, maybe 10 years. Like Spotify and all that. Vultures 2? Okay, I got you. So let's see what he's talking about. Turn this up.
There's a bunch of other little smaller topics. So we're
Vegas Dev said best Nas and Kanye collab was Still Dreaming. You say Still Dreaming, I wager you. Papa was a player. Player wasn't Papa. Papa let the ladies. Never got enough. It's produced by Kanye West, wasn't it? Pretty brown, round. Yep, Kanye West. Running around town. That's the best Kanye and Nas collab, right? Yeah.
We're just kind of jump around and, whatever I sink my teeth and pause.
Pause,
that's
big pause.
Substantial. We'll kind of go with that. All right, let's keep it fun. Let's keep it light. I hope I could give you the entertainment you deserve tonight. Also, what was I gonna say? Forgot. All right. Anyway, cool. So we should probably start with some. You know what I didn't realize?
Y'all can hear this? Let me know. Y'all can hear this?
Would appreciate. Didn't realize you guys would appreciate when I broke down the whole Atlantic situation and how that relates to capital and how basically shit is moving. Atlantic is about to come back, and I've been shitting on them for the last year or two because they've been trashed because they've been keeping the money in the pockets rather than investing in the artists. However, they have now made moves. We're gonna see some executives move, plays getting done as well. You see, Lucian Grange's son, Elliot Grange, he's now the CEO.
Yep.
And just working his way up that ladder. And if we talk about nepotism, I'm not saying
Nepotism, obviously. I mean, Lucian Grange owns the company, doesn't he? Not only is Lucian Grange's son working his way up the ladder, Lucian Grange's son is going to, when Lucian Grange passes away or retires, his son is going to have the whole thing. He's not working his way up the ladder. He's going to own it. If Lucian Grange passed tomorrow, his son will be trained to own the company. That's how, bro, if you had a son and you owned the company, that's what you would do too. Stop it.
James isn't trash at basketball, but nepotism definitely exists in most corporate structures and most entities where the CEO also is the chairman of the board and also has heavily incentivized, stock options within that company. And even if he loses, or even if he retires, he would like for power to go within the family. You know what I mean? Again, it's this dream when you could turn whatever business, whether it's your own independent business or one that you kind of run, into a family business. Okay?
Fact, right. That's the whole goal.
I was actually impressed that you guys really
pass it down to your kids.
I do have a little bit more about that coming because there is.
He said, "I'm impressed that you guys enjoy that." This is why I love my audience. People in the chat, people who watch my videos. I think we all have some baseline of intelligence. Academic said he's impressed that his chat would enjoy a simple business conversation like that, which is interesting. I'm impressed. You guys usually want to hear about beef and who's fucking who and who's whack and who's not. I'm impressed you would enjoy a business conversation. Shout out to my chat. Shout out to my chat.
We finally hit
I'm not impressed. I expect y'all. I expect y'all to be on that level because that's what I put out. Academics, He's impressed by his chat for that.
This point, it's an inflection point, right? So I'll actually put this up on the screen. We'll start slow today. So basically, there was a quarterly update, right? And essentially, in a quarterly update for Universal Music Group, remember this is the biggest. Remember, there's three big music
Conglomerates,
music companies that everything fall under, right? Universal Music Group. That's where you get Republic. That's where you get like the Drakes, the Taylor Swifts, all of that.
I think is it. I'm trying. Let me think of the other ones. UMG. Damn. He said it's 3. Let me see.
And a shit ton of other labels, right? Even Capitol. You get Sony Music Entertainment.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
And a bunch of others. Okay, I'm keeping it on the hip hop side.
Yeah.
You guys can recognize the labels, and then we get to like, for example, what else? What's the last one?
What is
Warner.
the last one?
And that's
Warner. Okay.
Atlantic.
Okay.
300.
Yeah.
And a few others. Okay. Now, what happened is that Universal Music Group, they're actually publicly traded, and what happened is they gave a quarterly report to their investors. And essentially what they admitted for the very first time is that they believe that streaming has capped out. And this is very important. So stay with the story.
Okay.
Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, Pandora,
Tidal, all that, yeah.
These days.
Yo, Pandora predates all of them. Pandora was fire, bro. It's just you had to listen to random music. You pick your favorite song, you pick your song station, you listen to that song. Now you got to listen to some random stuff you didn't pick. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, you can choose your songs. Pandora, but that was also you know how many good songs I discovered through Pandora? I discovered the Little Brother Listening album, The Listening, through Pandora. I knew Little Brother from the Minstrel Show, but that was the only album I listened to. I have this thing, when I listen to an album by an artist and I really like the album, I'm a little scared to listen to their other music because I feel like it's going to, I don't know, it's just something weird that I have going on. I feel like it's going to like ruin my view of the artist or something. So I had only heard the Minstrel Show by Little Brother. I ended up coming across, well, I didn't come across it. Pandora played a song from The Listening. I think they have a song called The Listening from The Listening album on Pandora because they do their little shuffle radio. I was like, this is fire. And I listened to The Listening. Pandora was fire because of that, man.
They started off on a race to get...
Whoa. HUR said, who the hell actually has Tidal? I use Tidal. I use Tidal to this day. Tidal Hi-Fi. I get Tidal for $5 a month, though. I use Tidal. Yeah, ROC. Yeah, we use Tidal, bro. Shout out to Imperial, real hip-hop heads. Facts. Hold on. What?
Facts. It millions of subscribers once they realized that the music industry pretty much acknowledged their failure in preventing piracy. So they couldn't stop people from illegally downloading peer-to-peer software, and because because that was the case, essentially, the music industry, they had to look to the tech industry, and the tech industry is, as much as you think of Spotify as a music company, it's a tech company. So they came with a solution to say, yo, if people ain't buying the music anymore because they could get it for free, we all know the saying, why buy the cow if you could get the milk for free? How about we give them a deal they won't even blink about paying for?
Yeah. Spotify, before academics even says it, Spotify. I don't know what the free version is like now, but before Spotify was free, you can access all the albums, artists for free, but then you would pay for ad-free versions, which I think that's a great model because you have the whole service for free, and then you have the ad-free model. I think that's a great model. A lot of people would want Spotify ad-free. If it's $5, $7, $10 a month, people would pay for that. So that's the business model.
We'll give them every music
that
they don't technically own, but they can stream it on demand. Let them pay like $10 a month.
Right.
We'll treat it like the streaming model, which, by the way, the streaming model is also...
and then if you want the ad-free version, you pay a little bit more.
adopted by Netflix and others.
HHU. So I'm sorry to keep stopping it. HUR said y'all paying for music out here. Yo, do you see my CD collection? I have like over 100 CDs. I got at least. I'm just looking at my vinyl because they're right here. I got at least. I probably got like 80 to 100 vinyl, 60 to 100. I haven't counted them. Yes, I pay for music, nigga. Don't you? He said YouTube and Hoopla all day. Crazy. See, 888. Yo, a lot of us use Tidal. Tidal is like more geared towards hip hop. Like when you open the homepage, it's just more hip hop.
Great. Sounds great. It was basically bringing free money, and the music business was realizing that they were losing so much money they need to make a change. Okay. Every year streaming has been going good. And I'm going to make this a short story. I'm not going to make it too long. Now, the point of this whole story is every single year, Spotify would report, yo, we just gained 50 million more people who are listening. So the way how rappers or your favorite artists and labels make money through streaming is this. Remember, you're only paying 10. Actually, I just looked at my bill. Spotify charges, how much they charge me?
I'll pay $5 for Tidal.
Yeah, Netflix been going crazy. I got to check that.
Yeah, Netflix is going crazy.
Let's say you pay 50.
Bro, this nigga Ag don't even got YouTube Premium. This nigga is so rich, he don't even got YouTube Premium. This nigga play a video on YouTube and ads pop up. Look, I'm playing a video on YouTube. Notice how no ads ever pop up. Why? Ad block, brother. I have ad block. This nigga Ag is so... he don't got ad block and he don't got YouTube Premium. This nigga's rich as hell. Come on, man. Get one or the other. Notice how when I play YouTube videos, there's never an ad that pops up. Brave browser. Here it is. Brave browser. It works just like Google Chrome, and it can have all the Google Chrome extensions. Like I have an extension on Google Chrome to where if I double click a word, it gives me the definition. Like here, undiscovered. Popular. That's a Chrome extension, but Brave functions like Chrome. I'm really putting y'all on game. Brave functions like Chrome, and it has an ad blocker built in. And the ad blocker incorporates YouTube, so it blocks all YouTube ads. Brave browser.
$15 for Spotify, right?
Putting y'all on game.
The way how labels get paid from that is that they pool all of the subscription money. Because remember, you can't buy music on Spotify. You can't. Well, Apple Music, they have the iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes. Yeah.
You can buy music directly. But let's just only talk about streaming. So Apple Music streaming, Spotify streaming, Amazon Music, not purchase, streaming. We're only talking about streaming. And I'm going to tell you why eventually, and this is a big deal. So essentially, every year, the music industry is trying to make more money. It's like any other business. Like Tesla's trying to make more cars next year. Apple's making more iPhones. Everybody wants to get more.
People want to continue to grow because it's all about the stock market. And when I say it's all about the stock market, I mean it's all about your investors. So the way you get more investors is to show them that you're making more money year over year. You can continue to pay dividends. You can continue to provide a return. Every company functions like that. The main reason for any business is to score a profit. So, and this is what I think academics is probably going to say. The only way for these certain businesses to continue to grow is and to gain more money is to have new users, incorporate new users. So I think what he might be saying, I haven't read this report by UMG. What they might be saying is, hey, we're capped out on the amount of people whom we can market our product to. Imperial said, how did you get Tidal for $5? If you have an alumni email, like you went to college, you have a .edu email, you can use it for the student discount. And if y'all snitch on me, I'm going to fine you. I'm going to find you, bro. But yeah, alumni email will work with Tidal as long as it's .edu. Or look, if you just enroll in community college, because I'm the type of dude, I take like 1 or 2 community college courses a year. Like I'll take like a cooking class. I'll take like an auto class. I just like learning shit, right? Piano class. I'll take a piano class. Have I ever played the piano on Livestream? I don't think I've ever played it. I need to do that. But I took a piano class. They'll give you a student email. You can use that student email to get title for $5. Student discount. Shout out Zero in the chat. That's that boy.
More, right? These days, people have 5 phones. Like they want to bring. We were bringing the iPhone to fucking Sri Lanka. Like they that's how Apple keeps growing. That's how their stock price keeps going. That's why
correct. That's right.
After they realize the slowdown with the phones,
they get a new country.
Announce a new phone.
Yep.
No, go to coming out Apple cars.
New market.
Coming out with AirPods. Like they'll keep making products to keep increasing revenue. It's all about revenue. Again, with Spotify and most streaming platforms, the only way they get revenue is from subscriptions. So you're paying your $15 a month. Now, they get to increase revenue if they keep adding new subscribers.
New subscribers, right.
So
go to different markets.
Here, they were all competing and they were all announcing, yo, we just hit 30 million paid subscribers. And then the other company came out, we hit 45. And what's happened is that all that has slowed. And Universal Music Group, Apple doesn't share their data at all. Apple never shares data, okay? Spotify used to announce data, but they haven't for a while. And people have been wondering why. But Universal pretty much kind of snitched on them because that's their partner. Universal owns a catalog. They own a tech company which streams the catalog. Universal says that it's no longer reliable to think that there is more people that aren't on streaming currently that would pay for streaming currently that they could add to increase revenue.
So the only thing that they could do, if that's true, is either they could try to convert the people who are using the free model, the free version of their app, into being paid subscribers, or they could try to find a new market. Let's say there's an untapped potential Spotify or Apple Music market in Johannesburg, South Africa, or Czechoslovakia. They could try to tap into that market, or they could just try to convert their free users, or just completely, because this is also something companies would do. Let's say you have 1 million people that use your platform, and out of that million, 700,000 use the free version. So that means only 300,000 people are paying. Companies would rather completely delete all 700,000 free users out of their 1 million and convert only, let's say, 200,000 of them to paid subscribers if it means they make more money. It's like an apartment building. You know how apartments have vacancies? Let's say you have a luxury apartment, right? 100 units, 100 units, priced at, let's say, $2,000 a month, to use a round number. Instead of having full vacancy, or is that the right term? Instead of having the apartment building fully occupied, I'll say, which means a person in every apartment building, let's say you have 5 spots that you can't fill, so let's lower the price so we can get people in there. Instead of doing that, they would rather be like, yo, we're going to price this apartment room, this unit, at $2,000 a month. So the people so let's say 100 units, the 60 people who are paying $2,000 a month, we have 40 vacancies, but we're making more than what we would make if we lowered the prices. They would rather have, what I'm basically saying is they would rather have vacancies and have those small few who are paying. Like, that's the thing about capitalism. It's not always efficient. Like, we have people on the streets, we have people living out their cars, but we have a bunch of apartment buildings with vacancies because they would rather not lower their rent to bring people in, because a lower rent is going to bring more applicants. Like, okay, this is something that's affordable. They would rather not do that. They would rather keep their apartment at 60% vacancy at the price that they can get the optimal revenue at. This is like the thing about capitalism, that I like capitalism in some spots, but this is where regulation needs to come in. Like, no, you can't do that. Like, there needs to be some type of check on that.
Now, I didn't finish about how people get paid. So that 15 a month, let's say there's 100 million people paying $15 a month.
Okay, so academics is literally going in the same direction that I'm going.
What's that? If it's 100 million, yo, my
15.
math is like
If it's 100 million people paying $15 a month, isn't that 150 million?
crazy sometimes. That
Hold on. Let's do the math. Let's do the math. 100 million. 100 and a million is 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 15 a month. It's 150 million, right? Yeah. Hey, math wasn't my best subject, but when it comes to that moolah,
$1.5 billion, right?
we get it in.
So you have 100 million people paying $15 a month. It's $1.5 billion. And the way how it works is
Is it billion? It's not billion, is it? Is that billion? I thought it was 150 million. Let me see. 150. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he's right. He's right.
They just kind of do it like it's math, right? It's like, hey, depending on the amount, they break it down via time, right? So, okay, the amount of time, if we're going to split up your $15, where does it go to in your listening, right? So if you listen to old Drake, they kind of almost do it in that way where, okay, we're going to put the majority of what you paid as a subscription to pay to his label, if that makes sense. If you only listen to Yeet, they're going to put the majority. So they do it on a very tiny way, and obviously these are computers doing it. And then they get these payouts to the labels for these artists, okay? Now it's way more complicated than that. I'm trying to make it simplified. So I know people be hitting me like, accurate, not being all the way correct. I'm trying to keep it simple for some people who might not know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that's kind of how money's getting paid out. Every artist wants to get, these labels want to get paid more and more, and these artists want to get paid more and more, right? So finally, Universal Music Group comes out and say, yo, we don't think it's a
net positive.
We can't forecast that the streaming companies are going to still be able to keep adding new subscribers, which would give you money.
Yeah.
So now, this
new markets, new money.
They're about to then look at the current. So again, it's reached a saturation point. They're acknowledging that, basically, in layman's terms, nigga, if you was gonna sign up for streaming, you already did. If you didn't, you probably never will. That's kind of what they're saying, right? They're saying we got.
What they could do is add more value. Try to add more value. So this is what you see in other companies, and I'm on my business tip right now. Y'all know I got a degree in business. What they could do is try to add more value. So let's say Spotify. Let's say they try to turn into. They already stream music. Let's say they stream movies. They stream TV shows. That would kind of bring more people in, but at what cost, right? You got to do a cost benefit. What is the cost? What would it cost to license these movies, these TV shows, versus how many new people are going to subscribe? It's just,
all the people that were down to get on with streaming already signed up. The people that ain't signed up, they still gonna use their brother account, their bitch account, their nigga account, whatever account, but they're never gonna get an account for themselves. So then what usually happens, and there's two ways because they still want to gain more money. How do you gain more money if you can't gain more people? And that's the only thing in selling.
You raise the price.
Two things. You either got to up the price,
right,
or you got to start offering new products.
Right. Did I not just say that? Yo, do I know what I'm talking about, or do I know what I'm talking about? Did I not just say that?
Existing people that they compete.
Both of them.
And this is where the music industry is about to try to figure out some new shit in the next couple of years.
Yeah, gotta add new value.
Get more people to listen. They're gonna now, and I've seen a lot of people kind of throw around some theories. And I've heard
like they're gonna have to acquire a new company. Spotify, or Tidal or Apple Music, they're going to either up the price, which is what I was saying, like those free listeners, you need to convert them, or you need to up the price. Or they're going to have to add new value, which means in business usually means you acquired a company. It's one or the other.
Some theories. They're thinking about doing, live streaming concerts within Apple.
Yeah.
They already do, but they want to almost kind of create like a Netflix concert-like experience.
I just said Netflix. Yo, come on, man. I really do this.
That you could see on Spotify.
Yeah.
If you're like one of the super fans of a particular artist, you could go to a virtual tour. Obviously, they have merch already built into at least Spotify. But they're trying to get more revenue to get people to pay more. The second thing they're trying to do is that some of these streaming services, they'll offer an ad-based tier, which means you don't pay really. But when you listen to a bunch of music, essentially you hear an ad. So you'll hear like 3 ads and then they'll play your song, right? And the ads are supposed to pay for the lack of subscription you didn't have because you didn't pay. You get what I'm saying? However, that's, just like that's why YouTube has the lowest payout. Ad-based stuff isn't as profitable as somebody putting down cold hard cash. So they want to get rid of that. And again, this is a super interesting time for
I love the ad. The ads, like, y'all ever watch my videos? All I ask you to do is one of 2 things. If you watch a video of mine and it has an ad, click the ad, click it, and or watch the whole ad. I know that's a big ask. These ads are like 1.5 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes. But if you really want to support, do one of 2 things. Either click the ad, let the page open and close it, or watch the whole ad. If you really want to support, do both. Watch the whole ad, and when it's about to end, click it and open it. That works, That keeps the channel going. That keeps my stomach filled. I haven't even eaten today, actually. All I had was a beer. I actually haven't eaten. I eaten peanut butter pretzels. That's it. But when you when you watch the whole ad and you click it, then that's when we can get a whole meal up in here. You know what I mean?
The music industry to kind of figure out shit, because where this is headed to is another big fight. There's going to be another big fight coming between Universal Music Group,
Sony.
And when I'm saying Universal, I mean Sony probably as well. They're going to follow suit, and Warner, against the streaming services, because the labels always want more. That was the fight with TikTok. Give us more money. Give us more money. And TikTok's like, nigga, calm down. No. Give us more. All right, we ain't giving you more. All right, take our music off there. They argue for a little bit, and they come to some deal.
Yeah, when you're a UMG and you own all these labels, 10, 15, 20 labels, which accounts for like 70, 80, 90 artists, Spotify, all these streaming companies cannot operate if the label does not give them consent. And if the label decides, we're going to take our music off of Tidal, or let's say most of y'all probably use Apple Music, right? If the labels decide, we're going to take our music off of Apple Music, but keep it on Tidal and Spotify, people are going to unsubscribe from Apple Music because you just got minus 40, 50, 60 artists, and they're going to put their money over here. The prices are very comparable between these streaming services. The streaming services only exist because the labels, the UMG, Sony, Warner, they allow them to exist. They license their music to them. If the labels, the big 3, UMG, or even if one of the big 3 just decided, we're pulling out and we're going to put it somewhere else, that would be catastrophic. We will be right back to pure album sales. And I like pure album sales. Pure album sales means when you release an album, that shit, you got to put some thought into it because people got to buy this. You just put us on game with Brave too late. Yeah. I was thinking about that, Triple Eight. Like I gave y'all the game on the ad-free browser, but I need the ads to eat off my videos. But I don't really care. Like I will try to live y'all best life. So yeah, Brave browser, it's got an ad block built in. If you want to support, just share my videos. Twitter, share the video. It's fine. It's okay. Kanye's story will end tragically. I think so too. Young Hollywood, I actually think so too. I actually think so too.
Put it back on. You get what I mean? It's like a holdout if you like sports. So a fight is coming because if Universal is acknowledging that revenue isn't ramping up as they would like, based on new people that these tech companies are added to, or continuing to add yearly to the streaming services as subscribers, they're going to just say, well, we need to revisit the splits. Maybe we just need, maybe need to be an 80-20. I'm making this up. I don't know exactly what between Apple and
UMG.
Apple and UMG or Spotify and UMG. So anyway, this is one of those things that people are kind of monitoring behind the scenes. It's probably going to take place in the next year or two. We're going to see a fight. Just mark this video down. You're going to see a fight between UMG, who, by the way, I think people, you know, as much as...
And if it were profitable, don't you think UMG would release their own streaming service? Don't you think Sony will release their own streaming service? Or one of the big three, Sony, Warner, UMG, at least two of those three would collaborate and release their own streaming service with all their artists? I don't think it's profitable like that. Or maybe they will. Maybe they will also. Or maybe they'll buy out one of these streaming. Maybe they'll starve the streaming service first. They'll starve them and then buy it. Maybe that's the play.
Like the greediest label, but for the investors, that's good. Like they're always trying to bully people. Like they got the biggest catalog. You know, at the end of the day, they could always say to the people who they're in business with, "Oh, word. All right, take off Taylor Swift, take Drake off,
right?
Take the Weeknd off. Like they got the biggest artists in the world, right? And now, granted, I do believe Taylor Swift is one of the people who made that TikTok thing happen. This is how crazy Taylor Swift is, or not crazy, but like how big as an artist she is. She kind of reversed it on UMG to say, "Yo, y'all get back with TikTok immediately. Stop playing." So she couldn't be used as leverage, and of course they struck them. Anyway. Just a little bit of music industry stuff that's coming down the pipeline. I'm watching this for the next year.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. The record labels, the conglomerates like UMG, Warner, Sony, they essentially own these streaming services. Because if they chose to pull out, if one of the big three labels chose to pull out of any one of the streaming services, that service will collapse. That's like Spotify not having any UMG artists, but Apple Music and Tidal having them. Why would anybody continue to subscribe to Spotify? So they essentially own them. I don't think they need to buy them because they pretty much own them. They pretty much control them as the current structure is. HUR said VR got a long way to go. VR video games are actually really good right now. Half-Life Alyx. Great VR video game. Let's see if I can search that. Half-Life Alyx. They just need to make them smaller. Because I think like the big old goggles is not a good look. Half-Life Alyx, great video game. It's VR. Or Horizon. I forget what it's called. Horizon VR. VR. Call of the Mountain. Great VR. Still got a long way to go, you're right. But like there are some really good VR content out there. They're going to start charging if you raise the volume past 50%. Amazon already on that tip with live streaming concerts. Yeah, they've had meetings about this. They've ran the numbers. They've thought about it. Make artists give behind the scenes video content on top of the streaming. I think it has to be a little bit more. I think it has to be a little bit more than behind the scenes to really make people, upgrade their packages. That's why I think TV, they're going to start doing deals with like Netflix, Disney, combined deals. It has to be enough value to where someone who's using these services for free or for $5 like me will upgrade to $15. Like the music streaming services and like the video streaming are going to start have to either collaborating or what's the word, merging or collaborating in some way to where you get both for the price of one or both for the price of one or for a little bit more. But yo, that's all I got for y'all today. That's the live stream again. I'm very tired. I don't know if you can tell. I think I masked the fatigue a little bit, on this live stream, but I was very tired. I'm very tired. Not tired, sleepy is the word. Like I'm not tired. If I wasn't sleepy, I could continue to go, but we sleepy. We had a long day. Just about to go shower, eat, I don't even think I'm gonna play Ghost of Tsushima. I'm still on Ghost of Tsushima right now. Let's hold on before we go. Let's look up Ghost of Tsushima. It's a great game. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima. You play as a samurai. I'm on the DLC. I'm almost finished with. I already finished the main story. I'm on the DLC. I don't even think I'm gonna play this tonight. I'm gonna shower. I'm gonna eat. Have a beer or 2 or 3, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna be by myself tomorrow. My girl's gonna do something, hang with her friends. I'm gonna get me like a pound or 2 of catfish and put that thing on a deep fire. You know what I mean? So anyways, yo. Greatest trick the labels did was convince the public to rent to access music instead of owning physical copies. Facts. That's facts. So yo, did you already react to the Big Sean interview? I think I did the Big Sean interview. Did I do that last live stream? Let me see. Hold on. Did I do that? Was that last live stream? Was it here? I did some video where I did the Big Sean. Let me see. It wasn't here. I think let me see. Like, plays to his fans a lot more in terms of how he writes music. He has his. Oh yeah. He has his target. I did a little bit of it in last week's live stream. Lupe versus Kendrick is on the channel. All you have to do is go to my channel, hit live. And it's this video right here, Lupe versus Kendrick. I did some of the clips. I didn't do the whole thing. Black Myth Wukong. Oh yeah, I need to see a little bit more about Black Myth. I'm gonna do a video game video. I'm gonna do my top 5 favorite video game settings. That's like gonna be one of my next 5 videos. But anyways, I'll let you know GTA San Andreas is number 1. Video game settings. And I'll give you another hint. 3 of the top 5 are based in California. I'm just a Cali kid like that. But for real this side, top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.